welcome back to my channel. If you watch my videos, you know that I'm always looking for little beauty tools to kind of do things to my face naturally, so serums and face washes and stuff like that, but really specifically beauty tools have really taken my interest in the last couple of years. I've shown you facial scrapers, dry brushing for the skin, suction cups for the skin, and so this video is about derma rolling, something I've wanted to try for a really long time, and so this is the PRODERMA Titanium Microneedle Derma Roller. I've never used a derma roller before. There's supposed to be wonderful results from using a derma roller. It's a really cheap, effective way to do the same kind of thing that a fractional laser does to your face, but naturally at home, a lot more cost effective. So I thought I would take you along while I try and use it for the first time. This derma roller is a 0.25 millimeter needle. It's by Beauty MD. And I'm just gonna read to you what it says on the box here. This derma roller is good for 30 uses and normally between 1 to 2 months depending on usage. You want to derma roll no more than 3 times a week, and I would imagine if your skin is sensitive, which mine probably will be, I'll see from this first time, even less than that. Obviously don't share your derma roller with friends or anyone else. It's just for your face alone, just to make sure you keep down on any kind of bacterial breakout or anything like that, which we definitely don't want to have happen at all. And then of course you want to keep it nice and clean, so I'm going to use alcohol to just pour over the derma roller before I use it. I'm obviously going to take my makeup off, wash my face, and make sure everything's as clean as possible to just eliminate any possibility of having a breakout. So now I'm just going to open this with you guys and show you what it's all about. Alright, so taking this out here, it comes in its own sterilized packaging. You should open that here. Okay, that is what it looks like. I'm going to be really careful with how I touch everything so I don't get it kind of any bacteria in it. This is the roller itself. And the needles look quite little, which is good because I don't want to give myself a Freddy Krueger face. So in the meantime, I'm just going to stick it back in its little tray and I'll be with you in just a minute. I've just removed all of my makeup, and it was really important to me when I was kind of doing a little bit of research on this. It was saying that even if you keep eye makeup on and a little piece of like mascara fleck goes into one of your pores, it can cause some infection or at least a breakout. So I really did not want to have that happen. Another thing that I saw was that some people put a face serum on, some people don't put anything on, some people put numbing cream on, and some people put alcohol on their face to disinfect. I have just oil cleansed to take off my makeup, as well as used face soap to take off my makeup. I have nothing on right now, and because I am prone to breakout, I think I will on this very first time try to use a little bit of alcohol. I know that's really drying to the skin and not something I would normally do ever, but I just want to make sure that I do not have any breakouts from this. So that's what I'm going to do. I used a 50% rubbing alcohol. Okay, here we go. I'm nervous. And just like that, actually, I see that there is still dirt from my makeup, so I'm glad that I did that. I'll just do a little bit more on my jawline here. I remember as a teenager, I used rubbing alcohol on my face all the time. Very bad decision. According to the box and everything that I have read, you can do a couple of patterns, and it's either good to split your face in half and do one side at a time, or move it into quadrants. So if my forehead was split in 2, so these would be 2 quadrants here. Make sure your hands are clean as well. The next area is from the ear all the way to the nasal labial fold, and same thing on this side, and then of course above the mouth and the chin, and then the nose I will do at the very end as well. So the first pattern that I'm going to do is just up and down on all those areas of my face, and then I'm going to work across. And then the last direction that I will do is a kind of X kind of variation. And I'm not going to use like crazy pressure. I don't know if this is going to hurt or not, so let's just start and do it. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. Okay, that doesn't hurt at all, actually, which is good. And I'm just lifting as I roll. I'm not sliding it across because I think that would like cut you. It actually feels kind of nice. This is not anything that I would use numbing cream for personally. But I guess if you really have a low tolerance to pain, good luck with life, first of all. But you might want to use numbing cream. I don't really feel like I need to. Maybe if the needles were sharper or like bigger, then that would be something to think about. It's like a little prickle. Okay. I can see how this would bring some regeneration to the skin because basically you're damaging it just slightly enough so that it starts repairing on its own. Okay. All right, now I'm going to move to my forehead and I'm still just gonna do up and down. It hurts a little bit more here because of the thinner skin. I'm keeping it away from my hairline. I just had like the feeling I would rip off hair, but I actually don't think that's gonna happen. And then going to the other side of the forehead. And so far I'm getting a little bit of color in my face, but not as much as I anticipated. My skin is normally pretty sensitive whenever I do things to it, so it normally turns quite red quite fast, but this is not too bad. It's getting a little bit red. Okay, and other side. And I'm gonna do my upper mouth. I mean, if you wax, like, this is really nothing. We put ourselves through so much pain with our beauty treatments that, to me, this doesn't feel like anything. Okay, doesn't say to do it on your neck, but I will do it on my jawline when I move to the horizontal. So I'm just gonna start, now I've done everything up and down. Now I'm gonna do side to side. I think I'll start a little bit lower. That. Sometimes I have to laugh at myself for all the random things that I try. But hey, if something works, awesome. It's a little bit easier to get the upper lip in this way. Okay, let me go back, finish this side. Do let me know down in the comments below if this is something that you do and if you've seen like results from doing it in a prolonged time period. I'm curious. Okay, side to side. I'm feeling like a little bit more confident with how I'm using this on my face. And I'm using a slight bit more pressure than I originally did. Because you know, you don't want to like damage your face. But I feel like a light to medium pressure is doing just fine. Okay, I'm gonna go chin. I'm even gonna go lip. Okay, and now I'm gonna go forehead. So using this side first, lifting in between. I have a giant forehead, so let's go all the way up. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to my first section here and do diagonal. Because I've gone over the same areas, a lot of times I'll do this one probably the least. Roll, 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 roll your boat gently down the face. Okay. Then it says to try to target problem areas afterwards, after you've done all those patterns. So I'm gonna go along the bridge of my nose and maybe these nasal labial folds. Too much smiling. Okay. And now I'm gonna do my nose. So getting in here on like where you have pores and things, if you have enlarged pores like I do, this is supposed to help regenerate that area and lessen the pore size, which is awesome if that really works. Looking cute, all for the name of beauty. Okay, I think that's it. I'm totally not as red as I was expecting myself to be. And so when you're done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and disinfect with alcohol again, let it dry, kind of face up in its little case before I put it away. And I'm going to put a face mask on now just to kind of calm my skin. And that's what it says to do. From everything I've read, it says to do this at night. I'm not doing it at night just for the sake of the video, but I'm not gonna go anywhere or put any makeup on after this. Your skin repairs the most at night while you're sleeping, so I totally get why it would say to do it at night. On the packaging, it says to put on a regenerative face mask because it will help with inflammation and healing. But the thing that it doesn't say, and I'm not really sure what to do, is if I should put some kind of moisturizer on after this. I mean, it's pretty dry where I live, so I think I'm gonna have to, especially after a little bit of trauma to my skin. I feel like I'm gonna need some moisture. So I'm gonna use something that I know my skin does well with and that is pretty calming to my skin, which is sea buckthorn seed oil. Say that 50 times fast. Okay, so let me leave this mask on for just a couple of minutes, and then I will take it off. I can already feel like a little bit of tightening and tingling, so this is just gonna stay on for a very short amount of time. Okay, I've got a clean rag here and I am going to, with warm water, and just take this off. I've got all that off. I'm going to use this Swell Skin Moisturizer, which is 100% sea buckthorn seed oil. Wow, that is hard. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit. I hope this is okay after this, but I just don't see how I would be able to not have any kind of moisture on my skin for the rest of the day. And this is really mild. It helps with hyperpigmentation, and I found it to work really well on my skin. I've always been a big believer in argan oil for my skin. That works really well, but this is a second oil that I'm really loving lately. So I'm just gonna gently tap that into my face. I don't wanna go crazy. I think for myself, and probably for anybody, I'm going to really limit the amount that I touch my face for the rest of the day. Because once you start touching your face after you've done something to it, I think that is another reason why people break out. After this video portion is over, I'll leave you any results that I found in the upcoming days so you can know how it worked out. So if you're interested in trying this out, I'll link it down below and you can give it a whirl. Let me know what you think, or if you do this on a regular basis, what kind of results have you seen? I'm totally curious. I love beauty tools. Why do I love these tools so much? I feel like I'm growing quite the collection. So overall, that was pretty easy to do. I think it's a cool little tool. I would say my only cons are the amount of plastic in the packaging. Like, I get that this needs to stay sterile, but this is plastic, this is plastic. You can only use this for 1 to 2 months. So when you get rid of it, you kind of just have to get rid of it. I'm curious if they could make something that the handle is a different material and then you can replace the actual roller out like you would like a razor or something, maybe to reduce plastic. But that's really my only gripe with it. I'm looking forward to see what kind of results I have. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It helps my channel out a lot. And subscribe if you're not already, and make sure to press the notification bell so you know when I have new videos coming out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.